for joining me. And we got about 2.5 minutes till we are underway here. And what will be an exciting matchup. Canfield is 8-3, including 2-0 in the AAC, the All-American Conference, excuse me. And Warren Harding is 7-4, including 2-0 in the conference. Got a couple of very, very sound teams right here tonight. Canfield coming off a loss after winning 8 in a row. Started off 0-2 with 2 losses to New Albany and Ursuline, and then rattled off 8 wins in a row before falling to Greene High School by a score of 79-55 more recently. That was 2 days ago on Sunday. For Warren G. Harding, they enter 7-4 right now, 2-0 in the conference, and Warren Harding is coming off a win against Boardman by 6 points, 47-41. It was at home. Prior to that, they had lost to Willoughby South by 9 at Warren G. Harding High School. So they've gone back and forth. They've won, they've lost, they've won another one, and lost 2 in a row. They haven't strung more than 2 wins in a row together, but all against quality and tough opponents. This team is very athletic and very big. And they'll hit you on the glass and they'll hurt you with size, while Canfield, they have some size to them, but they're more of a lock you up, beat you with their quickness and ability to drive on you and take the opportunity to drive to attack the basket and kick out the open threes when the defense collapse. As you hear the buzzer behind me, we're going to get underway in just a few moments. So we have a very exciting, very different matchup between 2 very different schools in play style. So we'll see what this holds for us. And welcome into ISN Live here from Canfield High School. And we're about moments away from tip-off between the Cardinals and Raiders. And a very joyous crowd here as they announce Canfield is closed for school tomorrow due to the weather, which I'm learning most schools around the area are. Tipping off for the Cardinals is Ben Weaver, while Nye Coleman will tip off for the Raiders. And the Cardinals will win the tip-off, slow it down, and Shapiro will run the point. Drew Shapiro tosses it to Russo on the wing. Dom Cruz, one of the best players in the area, catches the ball, deep 3. Short and off the front of the rim, hauled in and corralled by Najee Jones. Davian Herron will start off the offense for the Raiders. He gets it to Coleman in the slot. Coleman drives, pulls up and wants a foul, doesn't get it. Pushing the pace is Weaver. Weaver looks ahead, doesn't have numbers, and dumps it back to Shapiro. Russo stops, pops off the front of the rim, and rebounded by Shapiro. Tosses it to the corner, another 3 for Cruz, and this time Cruz gets it. 3-0 Canfield as the scoring begins with Dom Cruz and a 3-pointer from the corner. And a nice entry pass to Coleman, who had a man reaching, got it past him and laid it up for 2. Canfield trying to push the pace a little bit. Shapiro drives, kicks it to the corner, ball fake. Driving is Castronova, lays it in, but misses off the back iron and hauled in by Coleman on the board. Chaz Coleman looking to drive, spins, dumps underneath to the other Coleman, and Nye gets fouled as he goes up for 2, and they'll shoot a pair at the line.
Here for foul number 1, Ben Weaver. Nye Coleman at the line for the Raiders, shooting 2.
And the first one is wide right. Chaz a junior, but Nye a senior. Both stand over 6 feet tall. And this second one is converted, tie the game up at 3. Little 3-quarter court press as now Harding gets into its zone. To the corner, shot long, but offensive rebound by Weaver, who dumps it back to Cruz. Cruz pulls the 3, and it rims out. Weaver almost gets it back, but that's rebounded by Herron, and he's pushing the tempo. Herron gets pickpocketed by Shapiro, and they'll go out of bounds and stay with the Raiders. And that ball goes off of Coleman out of bounds. Couldn't corral it on the post entry pass, and it'll turn it over to the Cardinals. Pressured on the three-quarter court for Harding. And a charge called on Castronova. Wasn't quite sure the defender was set, but the only rule where you don't have to be set for it to be a charge is if you blatantly extend that arm and it's caught by the officials, then they can call what they want. And right there, Weaver got tagged with the foul. Excuse me, that was Castronova, and Harding gets the ball back, tied at 3. Ball's kicked, another post entry. That's Chaz Coleman, the Harding quarterback. He's a heck of an athlete. Dumps it back to Coleman. Chaz drives, picks up his dribble, attacks the basket, rims in and out, rebounded by Coleman again, gets it, misses it, and hauled in by Weaver, who kicks it out to Shapiro on the break. Shapiro hauled off. 3 for Russo, and Russo gets one to rim out, and that's going to keep the game tied at 3. A 3. Heron can't get it, too strong, almost corralled. Russo gets it, saves it, 5-on-4. Cruz tosses it back to Shapiro. He's going to swing the ball to Tony Russo and get their set run. Looking to get a ball at the high post against this zone, which is a zone killer in any level of basketball. Weaver playing a little rocket action there with Cruz. Cruz playing off the dribble, bounce pass underneath the Shapiro, kicks it back out to Russo for 3, and Russo can't get that one to go. Might have got deflected. And that ball's going to be hauled in by Sampson on the rebound. Sampson doesn't have numbers, tosses it back. Heron's going to pull a 3 from the top of the key, and it's going to bounce in off the back iron, nearly hit the top of the backboard, and a 6-3 lead for Harding. Little mid-range jumper is rejected by Chaz Coleman. And we're going to get Gray McCune in for the Cardinals. He's going to take out Castronova. Inbounding is Shapiro. Russo wants it up top. A little lob pass to Weaver. Weaver comes down with it. Weaver goes up for the shot. I'm not sure if they called it on the floor. Either way, Ajit Jones wanted to make sure he did not make that basket as it was called on the floor. Either way, Jones did a good job of making sure that ball didn't go in. Entry pass, Weaver wasn't expecting it. Tosses it, and they're gonna call a travel on Weaver as he tried tossing the ball, and he passed it to himself. Heron's gonna, nice little up and under, but too strong. Canfield got away with one right there as Russo's driving behind his back. Pass to McCune, and McCune gets it to go on the and one. Canfield got lucky on defense. Shapiro got driven on, and an easy layup was missed. On the other end, a nice pass to McCune, and then McCune will get the and one opportunity. Checking in for the Cardinals is Jake Delisio. He'll come in for Cruz, give him a little breather. Ball is going to be called for a travel.
Jeremy Simpson and Nye Coleman checking back in for Harding.
Shapiro's going to take this one up the court to start the possession for the Cardinals. Canfield trying to decide what they want to run against this zone. Zones are tough to run offense against. if you don't have sets designed specifically for zone defenses, and then again, there's multiple types of zone defenses that you have to be sure that play can work for. Shapiro takes it from the corner. He's going to kick it out. Weaver's going to pump fake the three. Kicks to Shapiro. Shapiro drives. Tosses it back out. Shapiro back in the corner for three. Good ball movement. That ball doesn't go in. Rebounded by Delicio. Weaver. Ball fakes, goes up, and that ball rattles in. Makes it 8-6, a Canfield lead. Ball fake, and a travel called again. This time it's on Jeremy Sampson. Shapiro will take up the court with 2:28 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Low scoring first quarter. And right now, entry pass in and a foul on the floor. That'll be the third team foul. It'll be tagged to Tyler Smith. Shapiro's set to inbound from the baseline. Quick little inbound pass, mid-range jumper is up and good from Castronova. A 10-6 Canfield lead now. That ball was nearly stolen away by Shapiro. Top back of the key, and that three rims in and out. Hauled in by Canfield on the rebound and Bryce Roberts. Shapiro running the break, trying to beat that zone to get set up, but Harding gets set up in the zone. But a three-point attempt is pulled from Castronova off the front of the rim and hauled in on Shapiro. No one boxed out and looks for a man who's open. Kick to the corner, Delicio. Trying to attack this zone, and he loses the ball out of bounds off of Warren Harding. The Cardinals have scored 7 in a row. As Heron checks back in, he'll come in for Gummy Hart. Excuse me, that's Sampson who checked out. Delicio guarded by Hart. Pitches it to Shapiro. Shapiro Shapiro's attacking, and it's blocked, rebounded by Coleman, but stripped again. Put back up and misses it, hauled in by Hart, and it's 5-on-4. Baseball pass to Heron, and he throws that one away. That'll be another Harding turnover. And right now, Harding's in the zone, which of course, either there's one of two things that could be happening. You could not think you can defend a team inside, so you want to protect the paint and force the team to beat you from the tougher, lower percentage shots, which are three-point shots. Or you don't feel confident in the team's ability to beat you from the outside at all, so you want to protect the paint while getting in that zone and force a team who's not a good three-point shooting team to take a lot of three-pointers. Now the case with Canfield. Canfield can shoot the three ball very well. Coach Franklin must feel that his Raiders are at a bigger disadvantage in the paint rather than from behind the arc. And so far it's going well for Canfield. They're being patient. They're more than comfortable draining clock without a shot clock and getting the best look, even if it takes a couple minutes. Bryce Roberts called for the travel, and we'll turn it back over to the Raiders. We'll see if they hold for a final shot. Sampson, it's a kickball violation, will stay with the Raiders. Sampson nearly traveled. Tossed into Sampson. Sampson ball fakes, trying to spin out of there. Bounce pass to Coleman. Coleman drives. Nice gather step and gets a nice little finger roll to the layup. 10-8 now. Last shot's going to be held for Canfield. They'll take this lead into the second quarter and are trying to extend it. High post catch for Castronova. Dumps underneath and losing it out of bounds. Actually, no. Delisio pulls a three at the buzzer, and he misses it. And that will be it to the end of the first quarter. 10-8. Canfield leads Harding in a good. And we're back here on YSN Live. Start of the second quarter. 10-8. Canfield leads Warren Harding. And the Raiders will start with the ball, and Heron tosses it to Sampson. Sampson, the shooter, looking. He dumps it to the high post, and Coleman pulls up from the mid-range, misses it long, and hauled in on the rebound by Shina. Three-pointer from Weaver off the pitchback, hauled in by Heron, and they'll go the other way. Ball to the post to Shina. Shina picks up his dribble, tosses it out to Shapiro. Shapiro's called for the travel on the ball fake, and I can't tell if Coach Cullen's unhappy with the call or if he's unhappy with what his player did. It looks like he's unhappy with the call. Both coaches on the sideline are. Sampson gives it to Nye Coleman. Chas Coleman in the post. He needs to get out of there. He does. He ball fakes from the top. He's looking to drive. He nearly loses it. Nearly picks up his foot. Little layup attempt, and a nice attempt. Najee Jones on the nice backdoor cut from the pass from Chas Coleman. And Najee Jones backdoors Canfield to tie the game up at 10. Ball underneath. Nice pass and a good finish by Sam Castronova. They got him on the curl. And Castronova didn't waste any motion and went straight up for the layup to get those 2 points right back. Jones, and they're calling a charge. And the defender was waiting on Jones. I'm not sure if he got set, but the ref said he was. To be honest, I was more paying attention to if he made the basket than if the defender's feet was set. And the ball will be to Canfield. Looking to attack this zone. Mid-range shot from Weaver off the rim, hauled in by Sampson. We're looking ahead to Davion Heron. Isolation with Coleman. Coleman for three, and he's got it. Chas Coleman. His strong suit is attacking the rim and slashing, but he can knock down a three, as you saw there. Castronova drives, little floater, and he gets it in to make it 14-13. Nye Coleman swings it back out to Hart. Heron finds Coleman. Back out to Heron. They're trying to get it back to Chas Coleman. He pulls a three, and Chas Coleman buries that one. Another three, back-to-back possessions for the junior. And now a 2-point Raider lead. Backdoor cut. Russo, ball fake, gets it blocked. Rebounded by Nye Coleman. Heron pulls three in transition, and an air ball is picked up by Sampson, who gets the layup. And Harding extends its lead to 2 possessions. And that's just the length and athleticism of the Raiders. You think you got an open layup, and someone comes from behind or on the delay to get a block. Little dribble handoff action. Deep three from Cruz. He's fouled on the shot. Doesn't get it to go, but he'll shoot 3 free throws at the line. And it didn't seem necessary for Sampson to foul Cruz, because Cruz's shot didn't go in, and he didn't get fouled till after the ball was released. They're going to call it on Sampson, as Cruz's first shot is up and good. Cruz makes the third one, so he goes 3-3 from the line. And it's a 1-point Raider lead. Smith just checked in, tosses it to Coleman. Coleman, the hesitation move, puts up the left-handed shot, misses, gets his own miss, and puts it back up for the make, Coleman with a nice hesitation move. And he missed a little floater, got his own rebound, and Chas Coleman is doing it himself here for the Raiders in the second quarter, and he pins that one off the backboard. That's Nye Coleman on the break, pulls up with the floater and rims out, almost gets his own rebound, and Sampson nearly tracked it down. And another block attempt, but this time the Cardinals get it to go. And Chas Coleman's been doing it all. A deep three from Hart, and he doesn't get anything but the backboard. And a foul and a bucket. Tony Russo took the contact and put it in off the glass. A 1-point lead for Canfield and a chance for Tony Russo to make it a 3-point play and make it 22-20. And he does. Sampson will take things up the court for Harding. Bounce pass to Coleman. Coleman faces up, loses the ball, but gets it back. Until he's tired, and he gets it to Jones. Back to Coleman. Coleman gets it over to Hart. Hart looking for Smith. Swings it over to Sampson. Sampson rips through and drives, kicks it back out to Hart. Hart with the ball fake. Drives, kicks it to the corner. Smith. And there's no shot clock, and a deep three from Coleman off the mark and rebounded by McCoon. And nearly deflected, a three-point attempt though, and rims out, hauled in by Russo. Russo gets fouled on the rebound, and that's the fourth team foul on Harding this quarter. And you'd figure with Harding passing up a couple of lightly contested three-point shots, it was kind of unorthodox for Coleman to attempt a deep three-pointer that was slightly contested. He's feeling himself from beyond the arc, but with no shot clock, you can take your time and get a patient and open shot. Checking in for the Raiders, there's no 4 on the roster sheet. I'll check the JV roster, and if that's the JV roster, that would be Aaron Lawrence. Underneath, walling up, no foul. That's a good wall up there from Smith. He's running the break now. 2 steps, kick to the corner. Lawrence for 3, gets it to go, and it's now a 1-point Harding lead. Back in fourth we go here from Canfield High School and the Cardinals court. Nearly throwing it away. Russo goes up, miss, and he gets it, off the little float shot. And back in the lead goes Canfield. Jones gets it in the post to Nye Coleman. Swings it back out. Almost lost it was Herron. Smith swings it back to Herron. Coleman coming to set the screen. Kicks it, nearly thrown away. Jones attacks on the drive, picks it up, kicks it out. Smith for 3. Air balls it, hauled in on the rebound by Russo, and he nearly throws it away, and on the line goes Russo. Russo either is complaining he wasn't on the line or he got fouled. Either way, it'll be Warren Harding basketball. And Herron to inbound underneath. A timeout, though, will be called by the Raiders. A full timeout, and we'll take it. Back here on your sports network, Tim Corso with you guys from Canfield High School. And a really good ball game. Back and forth we go here. 24-23, the Cardinals lead with the Raiders possessing the basketball. Jones was underneath. Nearly a 5-second call. Nye Coleman gets it. And back to Herron. Herron's looking for somebody, finds the Jones. Jones is open on the baseline behind all the Canfield defenders, but Herron missed him. Swung back to Chas Coleman, a three-pointer, and it's good. Chas Coleman hitting another three-pointer, his third triple of the night. And that one's a deep one, 26-24. Fake the handoff, Nearly lost. Weaver has it. He's facing up. Going off the dribble. Tosses it to Russo. And stepping on the line is Russo again. Another turnover for Tony Russo. Canfield gives the ball back again. And Harding has all the momentum at the moment. The funny thing about momentum is it can change in a heartbeat. A steal and a dunk or a steal and a three-pointer gives it right back to the Cards. Roberts is back in the game for the Cardinals. Heron guarded by Russo. Bounce pass to Coleman, facing up on Weaver, looking to attack, loses it. Shapiro has it. Nice pass ahead to Russo. Russo goes up and he gets it in. Tie ball game. And a block called on Russo. Russo's not happy with that call. And that's a ticky-tack foul, and that's okay to be called, but I'm sure Coach Colin wants the referees to be consistent if they are going to call those. Just the first Canfield foul this quarter with 55 seconds left in a really fast-paced first half. We've been through half an hour. Coleman catches, he drives, loses the ball. Weaver picks it up with 47 seconds left. Russo loses it out of bounds, and another turnover for the Cardinals. Coleman nearly gets stripped. They're doubling him. Both Coleman brothers. Sampson looking to attack. Spins and kicks. Jones drives. Kicks to the corner. Sampson double dribbles. And he pump faked. Dribbled to the side on a sidestep. Pump faked again and sidestepped again with a dribble and turned it over with 18.9 seconds in a tie ball game in the second quarter. Likely that Canfield will hold for the last shot. And Russo's driving underneath, fouled. That was probably Jones from behind. They do call Coleman though, as he jumped in the air. And I'm sure Coach Cullen wanted him to hold for one shot, but the second Russo got around that screen and had nothing but nylon in the sights. It was easy to take the easy layup or dump it off when the defense collapsed. He did that. And the first free throw is up and good from Ray McCoon. Delicio checks back in, and we'll get Cruz getting a little breather here at the end of the first half. 8.1 seconds. McCoon, his second one is good. And the Raiders pushing it up, looking to get a shot at the buzzer. Heron drives, he tosses it up. It's going to be 3 shots. And that was a bang call. And from where I was sitting at, and I'm just an announcer, it did look like Heron was trying to heave that ball up before the foul was called. I just don't think he was aware that he had more time than he had. First one is good. It feels to me like Heron thought he had less time than he actually had, so he went to heave a shot up at the buzzer or close to the buzzer, and they blew the whistle after he started that heave. Second free throw was good, and we're tied at 28. Now it does look like the Cardinals will get their last shot, and Cruz comes back in for that offense. He gets Delicia. Hard with a chance to potentially take this lead in the half if they can convert on the last free throw here. Heron's 2 for 2 from the line this trip. The third one is up, and it is good. Harding takes a 1-point lead. 4 seconds remaining. Shapiro pops. He shoots it at the buzzer and off the front of the rim. And just like that, Harding has a 1. And we're back here on YSN Live. A minute and 20 seconds till we start the second half, and this promises to be an exciting finish. First half took 33 minutes when all said and done, and of actual playing time, probably less than half an hour. We have full 16 minutes left before this one's decided, and I can guarantee you fans watching, it will not be a 33-minute second half as long as this game stays close. It'll be back and forth in the second half, and we'll see who comes out on top. Will it be the homestanding Cardinals or the visiting Raiders? We'll find out in about 30 seconds what happens when we return to action here in the second half of play. Same starters back out there in Cruz, Shapiro, Weaver, Russo, and Castronova for the Cardinals. Same ones for the Raiders in Herron, Coleman, Jones, Coleman, as well as Sampson. Canfield charged the ball here in the third quarter. It'll be Shapiro taking the ball up the court. Dumps underneath to Weaver. Weaver looking around, trying to get someone to pass to near the basket. Cruz drives off the glass and in. And that's what happens when you have a very tight closeout on a really good shooter, which is the correct type of closeout you want to have. If he has a quick first step, he can also drive on you. And right there, Cruz made the defense pay from playing him so close. And that ball is going to be turned over, so a good start for the Cardinals. A bucket and a forced turnover on the defensive end. And they get the ball back with the lead. With just about 40 seconds beginning this half. Cruz looking to make something happen. Cruz attacks, misses, rebounded by Coleman. Coleman looking up, he finds his brother Chaz. Chaz attacks, pushes off, and they're gonna call a charge on Chaz Coleman. And usually when the ref waits a little bit to signal, it's commonly a block, but the ref decided to take his time to call a charge there, which kind of threw me off. But either way, Canfield gets another turnover against the Raiders, and 2 possessions, 2 turnovers forced for the Cardinals. Not the ideal start you want if you're Warren G. Harding and Coach Franklin. Shapiro faces up, deflected. Coleman has it. Coleman pushes. 4-on-1. Underneath again, Coleman. Coleman gets it off the glass, and it's a 31-30 game. 4-on-1, you're not going to get a stop more times than you will. Three-point attempt off the rim, rebounded by Coleman. Chaz will take it up the court. Attacking off the dribble. The hesitation gathers, steps through off the glass, misses it, and he's sold on the left-handed layup. But a really nice hesitation move. And a crossover, gather step, and a missed left-handed layup. Russo has it. Fighting through the screen is Jones. He gets right in front of Russo. Russo is fouled. They're going to call Herron, and that's going to be the second foul against the Raiders in this third quarter. And Smith comes in and gets Sampson. Long up is Coleman, and it's missed. Put back, missed again, and a block, but a foul called. It's on one of the Colemans. 2 shots coming for Castronova, and they call it on Chaz Coleman. That's Coleman's second foul. Something to monitor here in this third quarter. If he gets another one, he might go to the bench. First one is good, and we're all tied up at 31. You don't want to put your best player in foul trouble if you can help it. If Coleman gets a third foul this quarter, it's sit him until at least the start of the fourth quarter, in my opinion, and let him play out from there. If you foul out in the fourth quarter, you foul out in the fourth quarter. And that shot is good, and Canfield takes the lead back. Canfield back out in this man-to-man. Aaron tosses it to Smith, who is facing up Coleman. Pump fake, shot, and good. Gummy Hart with the ball fake. He sidesteps and he drains the three-pointer. First three-pointer of the half for either team in the 34-32 game. Harding leads. Russo picks up his dribble in trouble. trying to find a teammate. Picks it up, and they're going to call a double dribble. Excuse me, Canfield gets a timeout, and Russo, it shouldn't have been a double dribble had they called it, but he got the ball stripped away, which allowed him to regain his right to dribble the ball. And Coach Cullen was he did call a timeout to save the 5-second call. As I was sitting there myself wondering when the 5-second call would come. Either way, a timeout taken by Canfield, just their first timeout of the game. So plenty more for each team. Just a 30-second to keep possession and run a set off the inbounds for Canfield. Ball's tossed out to Weaver. Weaver finds Castronova. Cutting is Russo. Layup is in, and Tony Russo tosses it to Heron. Bounce pass to Coleman. Coleman looking to drive. Little floater is off the front of the rim and hauled in by Cruz on the rebound. Cruz pushing the pace. Slows it down now. Pulls up from deep. And off the rim, rebounded by Nye Coleman. Checking back in will be Najee Jones, and they lose it on the missed pass. Jones trying to pick the pocket, and a foul is called on Tyler Jones, and that's a tough foul to give if you're Smith, because you had Coleman helping you out there. If you didn't force him to miss a shot, you might have had Coleman clean up with a block. Instead, it's a foul, and the tie game results in Russo going to the free throw line. Russo's first shot is up and good. You'll get McCoon and Delicio back in for Canfield. Jones and Sampson back in for Warren Harding. And that's good. Excuse me, it's off the rim. And a good rebound hauled in by Jones. Sampson tosses it, swinging around the ring. Sampson posts up off the glass, and a left-hander is good. Attacking, and a nice little float shot by Russo just rims out. Pushed ahead to Hart. Hart looking ahead, finds a teammate in the corner. Sampson ball fake, sidestep, a three. In and out, rebounded by Coleman off, and he's fouled as a block attempt from behind from Castronova proves did not work, and it's going to send Nye Coleman to the free throw line for a pair of free throws.
Nye Coleman at the line for the Raiders, shooting 2.
First one is up and good. And not on the second, a little strong, and rebounded by Castronova. Shapiro attacking in isolation. He's got Jones on him. Looking to go somewhere. Facilitates, dumps it underneath to Delicio. And McCoon called for a travel as he went up for this shot, and he didn't get the ball contacted, which results in a travel, or as it's called an up and down. There's a little pressure here from Canfield. Sampson looking to get it over. He does. Gets it to Hart on the handoff. Hart. Swing pass over there. Coleman looking to shoot the ball off the dribble. Spin move, loses the ball, gets it back, picked up the Hart, and no harm or any foul for the Raiders. And Hart loses the ball, stripped away. This time they lose it. Shapiro pulls up from three off the dribble, and it's good. Canfield gets the lead right back. Coleman tosses out to Sampson. Sampson's looking for a man. He finds Hart. Coleman gets it back out. Tosses it back to Sampson. Sampson looking to attack. Coleman off the dribble. Nearly loses it. Smith, he finds Coleman. Coleman thought about the three, and it's deflected out of bounds. They're going to get Cruz and Weaver back in the game for Canfield. Checking out would be Castronova and Russo. While Jones takes a seat, and Herron checks back in for the Raiders. And then Chaz Coleman will come out. So get Coleman in for Coleman and Herron in for Jones. See kind of impact it has. No Chaz Coleman for Warren Harding. Stolen away. And that ball is missed, rebounded, and off of Warren Harding. A good job by Smith to wall up on McCoon, and McCoon just couldn't get the layup. But luckily, Canfield gets the ball back. Ball's tossed into Weaver. Weaver calling for a man, and he lowers his shoulder, and they're going to call a charge. Good position from Coleman there. And Weaver lowered his shoulder a little too much. Herron guarded by Shapiro. Herron drives, gets stripped of the ball, picked up, and it's the other way. Cruz puts it up, and they're going to call a clean block, and they're going to call a goaltend on Coleman. 2 points, and the Canfield faithful would have never let these refs hear the end of it, as that ball was off the backboard just a split second late. A 3-point Canfield lead with a minute and a half left to go in the third. Coleman looking to attack. Swings it over to Smith. Smith finds Sampson. Punches into Coleman. He gets fouled by Weaver. And Warren Harding with the ball underneath. And that player checks in for the Cardinals. Castronova comes in, and he will check out Weaver. Weaver got his third foul called on him. That's why he's coming out of the game. Sit until at least the start of the fourth, if not later. And a up and down from Sampson. Sampson did leave his feet. He didn't think he did, but it was pretty evident that he left his feet in. It's going to be it's going to go a 3-point lead the other way for Canfield. Cruz gets it. Cruz shoots a three off the front of the rim and rebounded by Shapiro. Shapiro trying to move it back out for Cruz, but he's going to reset. A screen, attacking, looking for Cruz, can't find him, gets it back to Shapiro. He's guarded by Coleman, and they're going to be a little patient here with their shot. Coleman, here's Cruz, isoing himself a little bit. Gets it back to Felicio. 3-point lead for the Cardinals. Now in man coverage, considering they are in a zone earlier in the game. Passed in, and a foul called against Nye Coleman and Harding. And that'll be the 5th foul. 2 shots to the line for McCoon. That is Nye Coleman's 3rd foul. Likely going to get Harders at the scorer's table back in for Coleman. I want to avoid him picking up another foul in the last 10 seconds of this quarter, or even for the next couple minutes. First shot is good. Hart comes back in and will make the defense of Canfield stretch the floor a little bit. Second shot is good, and a 5-point lead, the largest lead for Canfield on the night. 9 seconds in counting. Hart has it. Hart attacking. Jump stops, gets it to Coleman. Coleman looking to attack, pulls a deep three and is fouled. And that is certainly a foul, and Coach Collin can't believe his player just did that. You gotta let the shooter land and come down in a natural motion. And it was a deep three. They didn't let Coleman shoot the ball, and there's gonna be three free throws for Chaz Coleman with 3/10 of a second left in the third quarter. So no more scoring for either team in this third quarter after these free throw attempts from Coleman. 2 free throws can make it a 1-possession game, so can 3. We know Coleman wants to convert all of these. Make as many as he can. Coleman filling up the score sheet so far. Not so much in this third quarter as the first one is short off the front of the rim. Second one is good. And it's 42-38. One more free throw to try making it a 1-possession game entering the fourth quarter. And the second free throw is good. Third free throw, is good. And Harding trails by 3 entering the fourth quarter. So we are through 3 quarters here now on YSN Live between Warren Harding and Canfield here from Canfield High School. An exciting last quarter in store. Back here on YSN Live, Tim Corso with you guys to start the fourth quarter here from Canfield High School. A 3-point lead for Canfield and Coach Collins' group as Warren Harding will start the fourth quarter with the ball down by 1 possession with 8 minutes to go in regulation. This game has been tied rarely. It's been a couple of ties, but it's mostly been a 1 or 2 point lead for either side. Canfield had its largest lead moments before Coleman got fouled. He's attacking off the dribble. He swings it to Hart. Smith thinks about a 3. Toss it to Sampson. Back to Smith. Smith looks to drive, kicks to the corner. A 3-pointer for Coleman, short, rebounded by Cruz. And Shapiro controls it up the floor. And Russo lays it in, no contest. 44-39, a 3-pointer for Hart is good. And Gummy Hart might be one of the coolest names in basketball. That is a heck of a shot, a big answer to make it a 2-point game. And there's a reason that Coach Collins is having Hart face guarded, because he can shoot the ball. And it's deflected off of Harding. As Jones will check in for the Raiders. Russo gets the ball. He's guarded by Jones. Russo picks his dribble up, looking for a teammate. Tosses it to Shapiro. Shapiro. He's guarded by Smith. Smith staying with Shapiro. Gets him to pick up his dribble. Nearly stolen away. 4-on-5 now for the Cardinals. Can they take advantage of jump shot by Russo? A corner 3 for Cruz. Off the mark, rebounded by Coleman. Kicks it out to Sampson on the break, an easy layup, and he gets it to go. Shapiro stumbled, and a tie game now. Canfield had 5-on-4. Russo pulled up from the mid-range and passed out of the shot last second, and a missed wide open 3 from Cruz. That's the shot you want if you're Canfield. Cruz normally doesn't miss many wide open 3s, and that time he did. Toss underneath. An attack. A nice move by by Shapiro, who kicks it out to Russo, who buries a 3-pointer. And it's now a 3-point Canfield lead. Shapiro always looking to pass first after he drove on the defense, knowing they'd collapsed, and he had an easy assist. Jones gathers a nice layup. Najee Jones with a gathered step through and an acrobatic finish 47-46 here. Last game, Harding scored 47 against Boardman in a 47-41 win. They're at 46 with just over 5 minutes remaining, and out of bounds off of Warren Harding, and will stay with Canfield while Hart comes back in. Hart comes back in, and he'll check in for Sampson. Shapiro has it. Face guarding Cruz. Cruz almost gets the back door, tosses it out. Castronova's looking for Cruz. They're looking for their go guy. And a foul called on Coleman. Coleman a little shaken up, but he gets back up to the court, and he was being aggressive there. Couldn't quite get the ball. Got the foul called on him. Inbounds play, little pull-up mid-range jumper off the front of the rim, rebounded by McCoon underneath. Russo makes the layup, and a three-point lead. Coleman pushes off, and they're going to call a block. And they're going to check in Delicio. The foul was called on Castronova. That's his fourth, and he'll likely, and I don't want to say likely sit for a while because there's only 4 minutes left in the game. He'd probably sit until under the 3-minute mark, maybe under the 2-minute mark, depending on what's needed on the court. Coleman has the ball, has Hart in the corner. Hart for three, rims in and out, almost tied this game up once again. Instead, it's going the other way for the Cardinals. Shapiro should be in no rush to get a shot off here. Find the best one available. Posting up on the wing is Russo. He doesn't get the ball and fills out to the opposite corner. Russo looking to attack, get the screen set. He's driving baseline, kicks to the corner, swing the ball around. Shapiro misses, hauled in though by Weaver, puts it up and in, and Weaver with a second effort. A 5-point Canfield lead. Coleman pulls up and he gets it to go, and Coach Franklin is not very happy with himself there as Coleman pulled up from 3-point range and he buried it, but it does not count. And Harding going to talk things over, down by 5, but with plenty of time. And we're back here on your sports network. Tim Corso alongside, well, of course, nobody tonight. We're here alongside Canfield High School faithful and the Warren Harding fans on the away side. Coleman will look to answer his own three that didn't count. We'll see what he does. He drives, he attacks, and he gets it to the rim all the way around and out, and a foul called on the Cardinals, as you could have argued Coleman got fouled taking it to the bucket. He didn't get the foul or the bucket, but either way, it will be Harding basketball on the baseline, and the foul is called on Ray McCoon, just his first, so no trouble for the Cardinal big man. Looking to get it in. Got to toss it up to Coleman. Coleman gathers and will dribble with just under 3:40 left in the game. Swings it back to Coleman. Coleman guarded by Weaver, finds it to Jones. Jones swings it over to Hart. Hart tosses it to Smith. Smith drives, dumps it underneath to Coleman, and he's blocked from behind, but a foul called. Nye Coleman going to the line. And that saved an easy bucket, and it could have even been a 3-point play, but he knocked the ball out, got a little bit from behind, and Nye Coleman will look to convert on 2 free throws and make it a 1-possession game. First free throw is up, and it is off the mark. Second free throw is good. So at the very least for Nye, he gets one to convert. And checking back in for the Raiders, Herron comes in for Smith. While you see Russo, Cruz, Shapiro, Weaver, and McCoon. Little three-quarter press, trying to pressure this Canfield team, and a timeout called by Coach Cullen in Canfield. They have 4 left, so why not take one and drop a offense to beat the press with no problem rather than send your men into it, risking turnovers. We'll take a quick break with them. It's a full, and we're back here on YSN Live. 5 seconds remaining in this timeout with very little time remaining in this game, just 3:16. It'll be the Canfield ball right here. To the corner and deflected. They looked for McCoon, and it was deflected off the hands of Coleman, out of bounds with 3:01 left. And no shot clock in high school basketball, so Canfield can hold for as long as they need to before they start getting fouled. Of course, they'll try getting a good set here with a good play, but there'll be no rush to get a shot off. Shapiro gets it over. He's hounded by Jones. Jones throws it over. Weaver looking to attack. Takes to the rack, and he gets it to go. A 6-point Canfield lead. Sampson crosses over, kicks it to Coleman. Coleman back over to Nye. Herron has Sampson, the three-pointer. Fouled, and it's in, and you don't get the foul call, but he makes the three-pointer, making it a 3-point ball game. And then Sampson draws the foul on the other end, trying to pickpocket Shapiro. And Sampson was out of position there and knew that if he didn't get the foul call, if he didn't draw the foul, it would have been a disadvantage for the Raiders. And a foul called on Harding. Shapiro gets it over in a 3-point game. And Canfield's going to hold this ball until they're fouled or they get a wide open shot, which at this point it seems like it's a foul they're going to want. And they're just holding this ball on the perimeter. And underneath, and nearly lost by Cruz. Cruz looking to drive. Cruz kick ball out of bounds, and it'll be a set play underneath the basket, or it's a blob, as they call it, a baseline out of bounds. Rolling underneath is Russo. Posts up, gets fouled, and misses the shot. So at some point you figured you had to foul Canfield. And whether it's a shooting foul or it's a foul on the floor, if it's resulting in free throws, there's no more one-on-ones in high school basketball. So it does make it a less costly foul if you were to foul a shooter when they're in the one-on-one. But this time Russo shoots his free throw, and he makes it a 2-possession game. And both teams have 3 timeouts. So this 8:14 on the clock. It's not likely this game will end in the next few minutes because of the fact that each team has 3 timeouts. The shot is up, and the shot is good, 55-50. Sampson gets it in. And they're going to look to get a shot fairly quickly. Under the basket, Coleman puts it up, and in, he gets fouled. Nye Coleman converts and has a chance to make it a 2-point game with the free throw. Going to get Delicio and McCoon out. The offense comes back in for Canfield. And that's the second foul on McCoon. And a big free throw this is for Coleman. It was 2 points on the other end for Russo. Coleman could put +1 on that advantage, and it rims out and hauled in. 3-point game. Kicked ahead. Cruz gonna be patient. Harding looking to play some defense here, not foul, as Shapiro nearly loses it. Russo's driving, looking to score, and he makes it. And Coleman's shaken up a little bit. And we're gonna take a little break because of an injured Raider, and he might have cramped up a little bit or rolled something. He's gonna hop off the court, and a 5-point ball game. And here you're gonna get Harden calling a timeout. And we're back here on Your Sports Network, just about to break the huddles from these timeouts. And we have plenty of basketball left to play. Right here at this remaining in the quarter is just under a minute, 57.4 seconds. It's the Raiders' ball, down by 5. And you figure either way they'll have to foul, but if you make a basket, you don't have to foul instantly. If you miss, you're gonna have to foul the Cardinals sending the line. Sampson takes it up the court, looking to get it over in a hurry. Creates some offense. Jones has it. Jones attacks the basket underneath to Sampson, and he's fouled with 48 seconds remaining. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. First shot up from Sampson is good. And it's a 4-point game. And the second free throw from Sampson rims out and is a foul called on Harding. Shapiro got undercut, nothing intentional, just aggressive play, and he's a little banged up, but he is going to stay in the game and shoot the free throws. Down by 4 goes the Raiders.
Shapiro at the line for Canfield.
Shapiro, his first free throw is up and good. 5-point lead. 2 timeouts left for the Raiders, 3 for the Cardinals. And I only see Coach Cullen using a timeout if he needs to. There's a trap if there's a 10-second call on the way. And the second one is off the mark and rebounded by Weaver. A killer offensive rebound and a foul called. And Canfield is going to ice this ball game. Jones gets his 3rd foul. And Weaver will shoot 2 free throws with a 5-point lead and 42 seconds left. Weaver's first one is up and good. It rattled around, but finally fell. Second one rims out, and Coleman tips it over to his brother Nye. Kicked ahead. Jones has it. And they're going to call a no foul. It's going to be off of Harding, out of bounds. And the Cardinals have the lead, the ball, and 36 seconds away from extending their record in conference play to 3-0 and dropping Warren Harding to 2-1. Wow, they could improve to 9-3, and Harding would fall to 7-5. Ball's going to be kicked into Russo. And Russo throws it ahead. Picked off. A three-pointer off the front of the rim. Rebounded. Tossed ahead to Cruz. Cruz going to lay it in, and that should be all she wrote. 61-53. At this point, it's just padding the stat sheet. Smith drives, puts a layup up, and is good. A timeout called by Coach Franklin. Down by 6. Nothing cemented. Back here on YSN Live, and an easy inbounds to Russo, who's probably going to push it ahead the court, and he gets fouled here by Smith. And that's going to be the game if one free throw goes in for Russo. First one is up and good. Second one is good as well. 8-point game. Coleman's going to pull up from 3 just to pad the stats a little. Drains it, makes it 58-63, and that's our final here from Canfield High School. The Cardinals get a win, improve to 3-0 in conference play and 9-3 overall, while the Raiders drop to 7-5 and 2-1 in the AAC. Thanks for joining me on YSN Live. I'm Tim Corso signing off here tonight.